If you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. This episode is about a geometry problem that Hackerrank has set out for us. I will help you to import the math library and tackle this problem step by step. What I will be doing, I will run you through the problem solving part of this challenge, and then I'll show you how to code it. So let's see what the problem is in this episode. As you might have seen in my previous videos, I normally have Hackerrank on the left-hand side of my screen, and I've got a Jupyter Lab on the right-hand side that helps me to teach you how to solve this problem. This one is called Find Angle MBC. There is an angle that is called MBC, and we are supposed to find the size of that angle in degrees. I have now extended my Hackerrank platform, so here is the triangle that we're talking about. The triangle is ABC. It's a right angled triangle at B. So this angle here is 90 degrees. And we are supposed to find this theta angle. ABC is a right triangle 90 degrees at B that I talked to you about. Therefore, ABC is 90 degrees. So if you haven't done a lot of geometry courses, you should know that we always put the central point of the angle as the middle letter. So when we say ABC, the angle is actually at B, and A and C are the two sides of the angle, if that makes sense. So when I'm reading this angle as ABC, means that I am really concerned about the angle B, which is here. So ABC is 90 degrees. Point M is the midpoint of hypotenuse AC. So this is the middle point of this hypotenuse AC. So if you don't know what a hypotenuse is, that is the side of the triangle that is the opposite the right angle. So because B is the right angle and AC sits right in front of it, that is called a hypotenuse. And point M is the middle of this hypotenuse in the ABC triangle. You are given the length AB and BC. So AB is this side in the vertical and BC is this side on the horizontal. The user will give us the size of AB and BC. Your task is to find MBC angle, which is the theta angle. As I've said before, MBC will be this angle here because we put the middle letter for where we are concerned as for the angle. The first line contains the length of side AB, so the user will give us the side AB. The second line is BC, so I need two lines of code that will use the input function, and I've got some balloons now. I will get the AB and BC from the user in the first two lines. There are some constraints on what the sizes of AB and BC can be, and the output format is MBC in degrees. I will show you what that really means. So let me show you the example. So if AB is 10 in size and BC is 10, the expected output is 45 degrees, and that degrees is quite important. So let me just minimize this screen a bit because now you know what the task is. I will extend my Jupyter Lab. I'll go to the top of this problem so that I can show you what's going on. Step number 1, you need to import the math library. As I said, we will be receiving AB and BC from the user. So let's do that. AB comes from the user, so I'll use the input function. If you haven't seen my video on the input function, the link is up the top right. And also we'll receive BC from the user again through an input function. But when I look at the input from the user, I can see that they are both numbers. Input function gives me a string output, and that's not what I want. I want a number because I will be doing mathematical calculations. So all I need to do now is to convert that into an integer and also convert this into an integer so that I will be receiving a number. I can run that, and I'm going to replicate exactly what the example is. So AB is 10 and BC is 10 as well. So the input part is all sorted. Let's see now, how do we calculate the theta angle or MBC from what we have 10 and 10 for either side of this triangle? For me to be able to find the degrees in radians for theta, all I need to do is to find the arctangent of this angle. The arctangent of this angle equals AB over BC. So if you don't know about this function, I think that's very good for you to understand that the arctangent in mathematics library from Python is written like this. So if I put a question mark and run this, you will see that that comes from the math library, and it returns the arctangent measured in radians of y over x. And I've got here AB over BC. So if I run this very quickly, what I will do, I'll say I want to run the arctangent of AB and BC. Let me run this and what happens. And as we go on, we will make it easier to understand. So this one is returning this much in radians, and that's not in degrees, because the output of this question is expected to be the degrees value. Okay, so then you may ask, hey, how do we convert radians into degrees? There is a function in the math library called degrees, and if I put a question mark, you will see that it converts angle x from radians to degrees, and that's what I want. So now I might ask you, how about if I sandwich this whole thing inside this so that I can get it in degrees? That means that I will do math.degrees and I will sandwich the whole thing in degrees. It will convert this value that comes from here into degrees. Let's run that. And now you can see that I've got 45 degrees, which to me sounds about right. I just now need to tweak the output, because the output is expected to have that Unicode degrees small circle, but my output doesn't have that. Let me just delete this one and maybe call this theta so that I can print theta and you can see that it's 45. All I need to do right now is to work on the formatting of the output. First off, I can see that this one is coming back in a decimal format. I don't see that the output, the expected output, is in decimal format. So what I will do, I'll sandwich this in the round function. Yep, okay, that's good. I got rid of that 0.0. Let me show you that there is a Unicode value for that small degree sign up the top right-hand side of 5 that we are expecting for 45. So let's print, and I want to print the U00B0. If I show you this print output, you will see that that degrees value and the sign of it will appear here. Now, how do I combine this with this so that I get 45 degrees? Well, in my print function, what if I do this and then print this bit right after I do that? Let's see if it's going to fix it. Now, you can see that this is printed here, but there is a bit of a gap here. I can see a space there. I don't like that space. I don't want it to be there. What I might do then is to use the separator and say I don't want any separators. If I do that, you will see that that degrees is now all together with 45. So I think this is the solution. What I will do, I'll move the code into Hackerrank as we go. Let me put it all together. So run that there, paste that there. Okay, I can get rid of that. And I can just copy this one and paste it there. I can delete and delete. So this is all the solution, but I just need to remember to copy import math, because otherwise it's not going to work. So select all of that, copy, and come here and hope for the best. Let's see, paste that here, and I'll move my face to the other side, run the code, and fingers crossed this will be successful. It is successful with one test case. I need to submit the code and make sure all test cases are successful, which they are. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, ask me a question, and share this video with your friends so that they can actually use it as well. Thank you.